part 6, and this one we'll be setting up our enemy character so we can actually have something to fight that's not ourself, and we'll be adding a shield to our player. So first things first, let's do the shield because it's quick. So right click, edit player BP in the viewport, get a nice look at our character, add a component of a static mesh. You want the very bottom one that just says static mesh. We will attach that static mesh to the mesh, call it shield. And over here in the drop down, we will find shield. Oh, there's two. Oh, there's a few. Oh, those are spells. Yeah. Alright, there's two. We'll just do the first one. Oh, okay. And under its parent socket, we will click this little magnifying glass and type left arm. Whoa, bro. Hit in the location, hit 0, rotation 0. And click the mesh, and you can, under animation, click this little show advanced, pause the animation so we can line it up better. Click the shield. Rotate it that way. I'm going to go under animation mode, use animation asset, and I'm going to use my arm to blend space so I can actually line it up on her arm. So we'll move it down this way, rotate it like that. Ugh. If you hold the right mouse button and scroll down on your wheel, you can change your camera's scroll speed. So see how it's, whoa, yeah, we want some precision movement, so scroll it on down. We'll rotate it, move it up. Up here in the top right, you can custom fit your rotation and snap settings to where you can get some more precise movement. So we'll line that up in her hand. I'm just going to disable the grid for a minute. It helps to get real precise. Really precise. Take that a little bit, move it back, make it look like it's in her hand. Just do it that way. Line up nice and pretty. Compile. Go back to our character, go to animation asset, use animation blueprint. What is happening? What did you do? Why are you on the left? Because I attached you to the left arm instead of the left hand. Because I'm a fool. Alright, animation asset, we'll realign it. Oy. It's trial and error sometimes, folks. So we'll just realign it. Readjust, 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 yeah. Apologizing for these tutorials if they're coming off a little rough. It's 2:30 in the morning and I'm trying to get as many of them done as I can while the Bubba is asleep. But I'll get you some good stuff, don't worry. We'll get into some really cool stuff later on in the series. I know this is kind of a mundane setting up, so should be good now. So we go back to the animation mode, set animation blueprint, and there you go, it's in her hand. It looks a little weird here, but I ain't gonna worry about it. Right now, you can always adjust it later. Pause items. Damn it, I am gonna worry about it. We'll just rotate it in a little bit, move it in a little bit, and it'll at least look a little bit better. So, unpause you. Good enough for now. Alright, compile. Back right here. So now she's got the sword and shield that goes in her body when she's running. Important thing is it looks decent now, so we'll tweak it later. Let's get that enemy in. So enemies, in our enemies blueprint, we'll right click, new folder, call it night. We'll grab this and move it into the folder. Another new folder, call it night components. One more new folder called night animations. In the night component, we will import from that folder characters and animations, go to our enemy night and find paladin prop. We want to import that by itself first as a mesh with no skeleton set, just like the player. So it will bring that in. Yes, yes, yes. We'll check to make sure he looks decent. He looks decent. Hit this. There. Just go to the night animations, import. And we want to do everything but the paladin. So open all. Don't import the mesh, but do bind it to the paladin prop skeleton. Import all. That way they know which skeleton they're going to be applied to. And sit and wait. Takes a minute. Take just a little bit of time. I don't know how to do any editing, so this is just, I guess, we'll sit here together. Almost done. Doesn't take too much longer once it gets to this point. Make me a liar. There we go. Takes longer than I thought it would, I'll tell you that. Boom. There we go. Why does that look so weird? Okay, that's fine. Alright. Now, under our night component, open up your night blueprint. Over in your viewport, click the mesh, and we'll want to change that to paladin. He is short. Why is he so short? Let's do 1.1, 1.1, 1.1 in the scale. Let's make them a little bit bigger. The scale is over here in the details panel, scale. So now it should be at least a little bit more, decent. Works. Now for him, we gotta do the same thing with the animation blueprints. So we'll do a animation blueprint for the paladin prop man, and we'll call it night and underscore DP. Right click, animation, blend space 1D. We don't have to have him strafing around, so it can just be a one direction. And paladin prop, so that it's on the right skeleton. Call it locomotion. Double click to open that up. And then over here you'll see sword and shield idle. Set that at the beginning. Sword and shield walk. Yeah. Sword and shield walk. Wait. Probably sword and shield run. 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 run DMC. So now he can do what he gotta do and chase you down. So we'll set the name of that horizontal axis to speed, set his max run speed to 400. That way you can kind of get away from him if you need to, instead of him just being right behind you. So, walking at 100, that works. Alright, now back out here in our Knight NMVP, we will right click and add a state machine. Put that up, double click, drag off of entry, add state, init, short for initialize, double click to open it, and hook up our locomotion we just set up. Now, we don't have any variables, so we need to go to the event graph, hit S on the keyboard, left click for sequence, drag this over, and instead of casting to the player, we want to cast to Knight BP. And try to get pawn owner. We don't really. Yeah, let's go ahead and promote that to a variable called enemy ref, short for reference. Sorry. Off of the set node, we'll do get velocity, do vector length, drag off that, promote it to a variable called speed. So we'll cast to the knight, set it as a reference, get his velocity, and measure the length of the vector, set that to a speed, and then compile. And then boom, he's doing something. So over in our init state in here, double click, set the speed, there you go. Now in our Knight BP, for our mesh, we will set his animation mode as a blueprint, anim class, Knight NVP. There you go. And then when you look him out here, he's doing some knightly stuff. You can get gone. Alright, let's get him walking around real quick and then we'll end this one. So, begin play. On begin play, we want to add a sequence. And first, we want to cast to player BP. Get player character. As the player, we promote this to a variable called player ref. And that's all we gotta do for that. We'll just move that over. And for now, we'll just delete that. We'll be adding it back, but you can just move it out of the way. I'm just going to delete it for now. Down here a little ways, we'll add a custom event called roaming. No, we'll call it patrolling because it sounds more sinister. And then we will AI move to locational active. No, AI move to. The pawn that we want moving around will be the knight himself. Off of destination, we will type in get random point in navigable radius. The origin will be come over to the variables, add a variable, and this will be the patrol point that you want him walking around, which we need to set up real quick. So back out in the knight, back out in the enemies tab, we'll add a right click, add a blueprint class called actor and call it patrol point. Double click to open that up. We don't actually have to do anything, but just for ease of finding it, we'll add a sphere. Boom. And we will, in its details panel, scroll down to rendering, hidden in game. But that way when we add it out, we can see where it's at. But when we play No. When we play, it won't show up. So, but what we will do is we will add a actor object reference called control point. We'll make that visible by clicking that little eyeball, which means you can see it from outside. So see, I can set my patrol point to patrol point. What am I doing wrong here? Get point, get world, get actor location. Set that as the origin. And off of radius, we will promote that to a variable and call it control radius. Also, click that little eyeball. We will default that one to about 1500, just to give them a nice wide area to walk around in. Alright, so let's just go ahead and fully set it up. Alright, so at patrol point, we want to get patrol point. Right, object. Change variable type. Boom. Alright, compile that. Now, when you're in your thing, you can actually just drop down and it'll only get the patrol point. That's my bad. Sleep deprived. And coffee wired. But now it don't work the way it's supposed to. So, just to make sure, let's set his walk speed to about 150. So he's walking around at a nice little pace. Under this modes tab, we'll go to volumes, nav mesh bounds volume. This is where it'll let the AI know I can walk here or I can't walk here. When you have it selected, hold P or tap P on the keyboard and it'll highlight it in green. So let's just fill the entire box. Boom. Should be good now. So now, let's build it up a little bit so I can get up there on top of stuff. So now, when we do it, we're doing nothing because I forgot to tell him that he needs to patrol. So off of our event begin play, call our patrolling function. And now he's running around. Running a little bit weird. Let's just knock his speed down to about 125. Should make him look a little bit better. Okay, just adjust his thing. Number of grid divisions up to 6. Let's walk. Alright. There he goes. Now he's walking. Like a walking man. Flesh this out and make it to where he walks, patrols a point, and then checks another one. We'll add a hold B, left click, branch, hit false because we're going to promote this to a variable and find out if he's moving. And if he's not moving, then we want him to move somewhere, but we will drag this off. This will, after this fires, set this to moving, and then once he gets where he's going, or doesn't get where he's going, we will set this to, well, on fail, we'll set it to automatically false, and then call patrolling again, just in case he fails. But on success, we'll have a delay, drag off the duration, float in range, get a random float in range, minimum of 1 second and a maximum of 3 seconds. and then set moving to false, and then call our patrolling one more time. And sorry for rapid fire stuff. I'm trying to keep these videos short, but I also want to get a lot of stuff to you. So now when he walks around, okay, moving needs to automatically be set to false, and then he'll walk around. He'll stop somewhere. He'll walk around. He'll stop. He'll check. He'll walk around. Oh, okay. That's what knocked him around. Back in the patrol point, even though it's invisible, it has collision, so set its collision to no collision. And then it shouldn't. Yeah, see, now he'll just patrol around that one little point. So, yeah, he thinks he's big bad, walking around doing stuff. Boom. Can't hurt him right now. I can't. You might still be able to. Let me just do damage. Destroy actor. We'll be setting him up a health variable and all that in future videos, but for now I just want to show you. We got him walking around. We'll set up some more advanced AI stuff later on, but for now we can hurt him and he's walking. So that's it for part 6. Thanks for dropping by.